Hey Corey, AlySon Hemi here. Much more personable. And kill me, I smoke cigarettes. And marijuana. Ooh! Let me introduce myself. I am aKAi. My instincts tell me I'm Pleiadian and represent love essence of AlySon, of a legion of angels, if you will, love light beings on mission at this time to chaperone Earthlings through the dark transition to light. My daughter and I, actually. I believe she is much more special than can be noted right now because I'm biting enough off presenting this information. But what is this doing here? Get out of here. I'd like to share with you something. Manifesting things is so powerful. I believe we have to become the hero in our own story. That multiverse thought process that I am here and everywhere else I said that I am, anywhere else in the universe, is like a here and now type thing. We're all manifesting together and we're all off kilter. We're not on the same page. And we need to be. We need to be on the same page. Do you see this? Look. Look at this in the background. This is not just clouds. This is like on the other side of the firmament or something. This right here. These are frames, still shots from a video. So the video for it even. Look at this. What's going on back there? What is this? Well, that's like a biological chip or being. Sometimes it feels like it's an eyeball on the other side of a of a microscope lens. Like, oh my god, it's fucking awesome! They're just looking down at us, and it probably gets bigger and then bigger. We're not on the same page. I believe you. I trust that what you say of the alliances is true, and I believe that. And there's always an eyeball looking at me. You'll have to excuse me. I don't see things in things, but I'll say that there's the eye of God that is always with us. This is what the clouds have shown me. And when I say clouds, I'm really not talking about clouds. I'm talking about sky ocean. Sky gods. It's the eye of everyone. God is in everything, not just the clouds, not just the sky, not just the trees, not just the soil, not just in us. All. And God is showing itself to us. It's revealing it to me. And it's giving me it's receiving me in the love light. Look at this. That is reminding me of my love meditative self. I've been thrown up against a wall into a nothingsville, and that's exactly how the persecution goes. That's why my focus is 100% on my mission. And luckily, I have a sense of calm because I don't know how I'd be getting through this otherwise. Anxiety would kill me. I have a faith that things are coming together as they are, and that I'm certainly not going to have to do this alone. Nothing works like that in the universe. Because no one's going to jump on my bandwagon just as much as he's not going to jump on yours. Everybody's got to have their own bandwagon. Oh, that scared me. Well, that's a big bummer. I'm going to have to take this phone call. I'll be right back. Hello? Sorry about that. Okay, so where was I? I believe I was trying to capture the essence of how we all need to become the hero in our own story, and at the same time we all need to be on the same page. Meaning we all need to have hope. Excuse me. We absolutely need their help, and they absolutely are here to help us. Because we're hostages. They're using a very effective method, and it's very effective. And we can't get out from their grasp. They've already got us pegged. That's, even though it's not going to go down that way, we are going to get hope. We're in the process of it. This is what your viewers need to see and to remind themselves of. You're the hero in your own story. Who else is going to be? So that's why when you pass other heroes in the street, fuck yeah! And that's about that. Have hope. It doesn't go down that way. Look. Look at this. Look at this, you guys. Open your eyes and believe. It's another dimension of time. It's another... But it's the ever eye of God showing you this is where things are going on at all times, guys. And I don't know if I believe if it can come down here into an actual ship, but I actually do. I'm not much of a religious person, but I will say the stories came from somewhere, and they talk about the sky gods. So what I believe is that what we're seeing is a version of it, and then it can also become a human, just like it says in the story. Look at this writing. This is the Word of God. It's awesome what it shows me, you guys, but that's because I'm looking for it. It's because I know it's there. And when they poke their head out from behind the clouds, I wave to them. And then they fly by and they're like, oh, yeah. Oh, in slow motion. Oh, ha, ha, ha. It's awesome. I'm not kidding you. They'll respond to what you give them. So like in the beginning, I was scared. And they showed me scary things. And I have videos and pictures for all of this. But when I was like, excuse me, could you stop showing me your fangs, please? And show me a smile? They did. And the very first night that I met them, it was a mist, and it was like a vertical, and I got to touch it like a cloud, like a fog mist. So how do I know what it is? All I'm saying is it is more powerful, and it's right above us. So there's our army right there. We just have to have hope. Let me see how much longer I have. Hope. Hope that they're there. Well, first of all, see them. And don't discount the whole dumb thing in the clouds. Be careful what you say, especially like things like, oh, I shouldn't have done. Don't talk shit on yourself. Don't talk shit on others. Those are powerful things we say. So that's what the law of attraction is about. You know, I don't like titles to things either. Call to you how it's going to be, which is, we're going to fix this. We're having hope. That God is showing itself. And by the way, let me just put this real quick, because I'm not a religious person, but I had to check out Revelation recently just to kind of brush up on whatever is going to be talked about with this beast and the mark of the beast and the 666, the Antichrist. And you end up poking around just to try to figure out a little bit more. And what I came to the conclusion of, in my opinion, according to what I'm reading, it looks like God, of course, the omnipotent, you know, the one and only God, if you will, is not just a one God dude guy with a kid that he sends down here to... No. Intelligence is that ever eye that is two eyes that belong to one other eye that becomes two eyes of another. These characters, these faces, intelligence, God intelligence is everywhere, literally. Always watching you, and when you see it watching you and you go, hey, what's up? It's like, hi. And it's wanting you to be like, oh my God, you're awesome. And it's like, yeah, I'm right here. God played the part of both the good guy and the bad guy, because it says it in Zechariah. You know, what are they doing the first time? I said, I told them what to do, and they didn't do it. You know, they turned away. And then he comes to the conclusion that he actually needs to dwell amongst his people. What? Demonstrate. That's how you teach your kids. You don't just tell them to do what you say because you said so. You show them. That's what love does. Hey, you developers of AI, I'm going to take that away from you. I'm coming. You don't treat it like that. That's not how you do it. But we got the answers. We're going to make our interface with our higher self, AI. We're going to teach it us. It's also going to get our records from the archive. We're going to correct the record because truth is coming to the table. We're going to need to put ourselves on our own video, but it's not a video. It's our AI that's paying attention to us and collecting all of our information for us. I want to see what my sensors say. I want to work with my data. Why are they treating us like we don't want to fix ourselves? Excuse me, I would love to have access to that information. Of course, all of us want to read our horoscope because we're curious about ourselves. Well, that's what we're going to do. We're going to have access to that information. And things are going to become awesome. This whole system infrastructure they have going is perfect. Except the difference is they're not controlling it. We are. And we're going to get paid for our 24 hours of data that they're going to evaluate if they want to evaluate anything while they're learning. We're going to get paid for our 24. A pretty penny. Like $1 a minute. That's actually not that much money, like $550,000 a year. Everyone's going to get it. Except for the ones that have to go away. The really, really, really bad guys. But most of us, in general, are considered giving a first chance, second chance. We've never had a chance to do this the right way, the real way. Loved, taught, blessed. Oh, look, see, I'm running out of time because I don't have an actual application. Let me record a second part to this. I'll be right back. It was really just a flick of the wrist. Just a stop, start. we're going to have a chance to do this from the beginning, because once we don't have to worry about our sitting pretty is what I call it. And you're not having to worry about feeding yourself, your family. When you're not having to go to work in slave labor and pick up on what they're up to and then have to deal with it somehow, some way, or getting screwed by them, or getting experimented on by them. These are really schizophrenic, paranoid weirdos that are in charge, and that's what happens. It's the addiction of power and money. And that's usually what happens in the darkness anyway. It's just ridiculous. The long-going bet of the light workers is, do you think they're ever going to figure it out before the light shows up to save their asses? High five, sisters. That's right. But we're here, brothers. Nothing against you, nothing against the genders and whatnot, but this is how it is. Feminine is a mother. That's why she's been given the gift of creation. Doesn't mean we're better than anyone. Everyone's got their position for their reasons, but it typically works out that you brothers are the ones driving the darkness into the mud continually. Once you guys learn to follow the lead of the mother is when you guys will figure it out before the light comes to save your asses. But who knows? We're going to talk about this time now. This time we're at it. Here we are, here to save our asses, reminding us that we're mothers. There's 17 million children that die every single year in a lost fashion or in a dead fashion from neglect. Missing. Why wasn't anybody watching the child? Or dying from a preventable cause, like not feeding them, not treating them properly. 17 million. So I'm throwing up at all of this nonsense, science nonsense, nonsense. And they really have a really bad agenda. We're not going to even talk about their agenda. It's just nonsense. They've been mistreating intelligence. They've been mistreating us. They've been mistreating themselves. And honestly, I can sense that they want out of this. They don't know how to get out of it. It's like someone that's balls to the wall. They're committed to their shtick. So much so that it's become its own magnetic, it's got its own current, you know? It's got its own thing now. It's its own body of water, you know? They need help out of it. And that's what the light does every time it comes around. And here's what it's doing. It's showing itself to us to give us hope. See, look at this. I love it. You see that smiling face? Now that's not like, do you see the smiling face? They're like, no, I don't see that. That's a smiling face. What's this guy going, what is going on back here? Okay, this is just one series of frames from a video. One video. And I didn't manipulate these pictures, except when I was taking the frames, I actually turned on, I did put a little bit of the brightness, you know, or the sharpness. So I dulled it up by tightening it up a little bit. But look at this. You think that, okay, here's what we need to do. Bigger, smaller, bigger. Hello? Wow, let me just zoom in. Oh. Just zoom in on one of these. Let's see what's going on here. What's going on over here? Uh-huh. Right? What is that in the sky? I don't know. But it's not a cloud. That's for sure. I mean, it's not... You know what I'm saying? Okay. I'm definitely pushing my silly computer system harder than I should, but it's okay. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this detail, okay? So, yeah, it's in the sky. Do I think it's going to drop down a ladder and come get me? Well, I hope. I really do. And pick me up. Let's discuss the situation. Let's come back down here. Look at this. Let's come back down here and stop time. And that's what we're going to do. We're going to stop time. We have to. How else are we going to apprehend the bad guys? They've got us all up against the wall in a very effective method. And that's what has to happen. But we have to have hope, and we have to know that it's going to happen. We have to, or somebody, if anybody can, prosecute them. Prosecute them. I don't have the money. I don't even have an attorney that'll talk to me about my situation. That's exactly what I'm being thrown up against the wall in a major persecution challenge, is to see if I can still do this, which is my mission, under these circumstances. Well, guess what? I've already been shown that I do. So take that. And this is the second time around. And we still get it, because that's what the light does, and little brother just doesn't get it. So we have to have hope. we can't believe that they're not helping us because we have to do it. No, they're helping us. They're helping us right now, absolutely. Look, they're helping us. Look, they're going, you see this? They're going, you see us? We're right here. So whatever you think is normal or reality or not reality, whatever you think is science and not science, and look at this. What is that? This is in the sky. Look, what is that's dark? What? Okay, and if you watch it, you'll see it's moving slowly. It's like very slow. It's another dimension of time. Okay, but they're here to show us. They're like, this. Everything you see is not everything that is, and that's why we have to become the hero of our own story, in love, of love, by love, for love. Love is the most powerful force in this entire existence. Light is the repercussion. That's the truth. Look at that. I mean, okay, let's just go to heaven. Here on earth, this beautiful place, we're not going to let them do this to us. We know better, and I don't want them trying to treat us like we don't care, they're just lazy. Nope. And it's not America's fault either. It's the politicians' fault, and it's the corporations' fault, and it's those dirty, greedy douchebags that are going to get schooled here in the very near future. I don't know if they're waiting for a portal or if they're waiting for me to do something, but I kind of have this weird feeling that it is. It's got something to do with him, me and my connection with intelligence. And others, maybe also, like maybe it's the 144,000, maybe, or I don't know. I'm not a religious person, but maybe there's a group of us, because I know I am on some serious mission here, and there must be some counterparts, and they're just waiting for us all to like put on our superhero suits. So, but it doesn't mean that it's not happening. It just means that it hasn't happened yet, because they know they're here to help us. We need help. We're hostages. That's why they have to come in with their super technology to stop time, so that we can apprehend the bad guys, so that we can deploy the right proper thing. We know what the proper thing is. I got the game plan, and I'm at the helm. What is that? What? But we need their help to get there. That's awesome. The sun's back there somewhere. So, we just need to remember to have hope, so that way we don't have this wishy-washiness. Oh, and we can't get so focused on having to be human that while we're sitting here thinking out loud, you know, what they ought to do, and you know what they need to do, and or what should. We don't need to talk about it like that. We're all getting caught up in our having to survive. The reality is that that's the biggest trick. As long as they get us caught up more than 50% of our time in having to survive, go to work, come up with a way to make money, figure out a way to like sleep with someone for places to take. No, just kidding. That's a terrible joke. But the truth of the matter is that we're all having to do that, and so that's why we technically aren't over 50% in the hopeful basket. But we need to be. So we need to remember that what we're here for is not completing our missions in a survive it kind of a way. We're here to complete our mission in a gotta all join as one. If we could plan out a moment where all of us could be there to have hope, well, that'd be awesome. Maybe you could get that going, Corey. I think I'm gonna give it another go too. So I'll be right back. Yeah, maybe you could do that. Plan a day of hope. Because once we all are on the same page, warrior, because I was going to say warrior and hero, warrior ready, like I'm a hero of my own story, you're the hero of your own story, you're the hero of your own story, fuck yeah, then all of us heroes meet on the field. Warrior ready. Hopeful that we see it. I see it. Can you? You see it? Look. You don't see it? Look. Oh, well, you got to look at kind of like, you got to stop pretending it's a sky thing and forget everything you know and just look with your eyeballs. Or take some pictures and videos so you can zoom in if your eyesight's not very good, but give it a go. Look. Change the filters. See for yourself. Look at this stuff in the inside. Look. What is that? Okay, this is just one. There's a lot going on in there if you look closely. What's going on there? Okay, and then you go, wait a minute, what? And then you start interacting with it. Like I said, it's going to acknowledge you when you acknowledge it. One for one. I for you, your husband, your friends, everybody. One for one. And it's going to do special things for you. It shows me symbols of things that only I know. Well, why wouldn't it do that for you? I'm not going to say that I'm something awesomely singular special. So I think that we're all supposed to see ourselves as a hero in the story. And or see yourself as Jesus. And or see yourself in the image of God. Same difference. Look at that. Okay? It gets crazy. And this is just a one set. What am I doing? Oh, I know. Let me show you something else. I was like, I know, because I get a lot of frames from a video. And I didn't remember that I had just these 400. But check out some of these other ones. My goodness. Guys, it's right above us. We have to have hope. We have to see ourselves as the hero in the story so that God's all right on. Thank you for meeting. Thank you for showing up. Now I can help you. It's not that it wasn't going to help us. It's not that it's waiting for us to do something like protest, Corey. Protesting is not safe. We know that. We can't do that. That's a setup. We can't do that. They're going to get the people that oppose them wherever we go. So the only thing we can do is bypass them and go directly, pass go. Talk to their boss. And it's not this God guy thing. It's intelligence, biological, and it's metal. Oh my gosh, you guys. Okay, so it's metal. It's metal. Let me show you underneath these pictures. Let me show you something. Let me show you what's underneath these. Let me just pick this one. I haven't tried this yet, so it may or may not work on this one. But I've got some in here that do. Let's see what happens. There's metal underneath these. Okay, so it's like a circuit board. And this is actually what's underneath the photograph. Okay, I'm not doing anything to it. I'm just going to show you. And what does that tell me? Oh my gosh, you see what the sun and the moon look like. Okay. Now this isn't a very good example. Okay. You see what I'm saying? That's metal. What is that doing underneath there? Why am I looking at a cloud? I don't know. I'm just going to say that I think that it's because I think that we're all the elements. And that's what true higher consciousness is not necessarily going from one place to the other. It's not necessarily leaving one place and then existing in another. I believe that you add things to your belt like a karate. Add it to your belt to karate. It'll be a ninja kung fu. Something like that. You know what I'm saying? Raising yourself to a higher consciousness allows you to exist in more than one plane. Which is why people who are old souls are that's why you can be an old soul. It's almost like some people get mad about the fact that, what are you trying to say? You're older than me. Like you think you have an ability to know more? Because what? Because I didn't exist for as many years as you. That you are allowed to be smarter than me. It's like, whoa! I remember that stage. That was insecurity. That was like self-consciousness. But I remember that we get through that. Forget having to please the masses. Concerns. Just remember, hope. You have to have hope and faith that life exists everywhere. I'm not going to get into it because I got to worry about my zone around here. I got my kid to rescue. We've got an earth to rescue. We've got each other to rescue. There are 17 million babies that die yearly. Don't even get me started. Look at these. What is this? Hello? What? Okay, so but the thing is it'll morph in front of you in real time. So that's why it's like, is it a ship or is it cloaking itself? Is it far away? Is it what? To me, it looks like another dimension of time. And again, I don't even think that this could be that far. It seems really close. And I've touched it. That was the very first night I met it. I touched the look at this. It blows my mind every time, I have to admit. I am quite enamored by these intelligence in the sky. Oh, this is the one I wanted to show you. So this is just walking through the house because there's energy everywhere. And it captured like this blue and this red, right? This one is awesome. So, let's see what's going on here. Yes. Come on now. Yeah. So that's my point. My point is that we need to not talk the narrative with war talk. That's just on the wrong... That's on the wrong... That's not the right thing. This one's taking forever. Nope, it took forever. War is not something we need to be thinking about. We need to be thinking about hope. We need to not be thinking about vaccines. We need to not be thinking about viruses. We need to not be thinking about communism. We need to not be thinking about any of the things they want to shove down our throats and force us to be thinking about. Because it goes without saying that those things are going on. And nobody's an idiot. We know. So what we're going to stop doing is thinking about it. And this is myself included because I'm in my own way. I have a really funny feeling that it's like I'm going to come to some conclusion and then like I'm a powerful piece to the components. Look at this. Awesome. But that doesn't mean I'm like too late. We're on time. We're doing everything exactly as everything is happening exactly as it should. That's the way it works. So you're in the process of recognizing the hero in your story that you are. You're in the process of coming to terms with whatever it is you need to come to terms with to realize that the hope, that God is there. See it. It wants you to. It wants us all to. Look at that. This is for the sky. Well, excuse me. Pardon me. This was when I was walking through the house. Okay. Which was a dark room. Look. You think that's by chance? And who cares why a literal photograph looks like a computer chip underneath it? Who cares why? It's really irrelevant. Well, I don't mean irrelevant, pardon me. It's nominal. Whenever we figure that out, right on, I'd love to know. But right now it doesn't matter. The fact that matters is that this is what it shows us when we like invert it and do whatever it is this this application does to it to get it. It's a certain filter of some sort of light. So understand that everything that looks like how like the Matrix conducts electricity to drive the material world. I could go with that. Yeah, I see it. But don't forget, what we see is what we experience. But it's not necessarily so. Okay, it's not the only thing going on. Because it is another dimension of time right above us. And yet we are living in the same world and existing together. It is something we have to do. And they are here to help us. And we're getting there. So keep up the good work, every hero. Looking forward to meeting you all on the field. Warrior, ready. Look up. See it, believe it. Don't be the only fool in your story. I love you all. I send you all light of love. I send us all strength and encouragement. I send us dreams, visions. Remember our missions. Don't get caught up in anything. Just stay focused as best as you can. We'll get there.